Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SOME.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review, available for Android and iOS devices, bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees, better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io. Hey, how goes it? Ken Bozak here to talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin accessories. And today I'm with my bro Enrique of SmartCash.cc, and we're going to be talking about SmartCash 1.3. How goes it, Enrique? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, especially now that I'm here talking to you, mate. It's been a while and kind
Yeah,
of miss you, so now
I
it's gonna be
appreciate
good
that,
to
bro.
talk.
Yeah, we were just talking a little bit off air. The last time I saw you was in Porto, Portugal for an anarchy conference, man. That was a really good time. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was awesome, and the weather was great, and we could just take a lot of Porto wine. I still remember that, and
You
my
remember
head.
the decentralized dance party?
Yeah, I do, man. I do remember, man. I just, well, as far I can remember because it took so much Porto.
Yeah, man. I was having a friggin' amazing time in Portugal. It was thanks to Jessica Zartler.
Yeah, and Bruno too. Bruno,
Bruno was so cool. Yeah, Bruno did
yeah,
a
it was
lot.
awesome. It was a great time actually. It was, yeah, I kind of enjoy it a lot. I-
Well, it's good to see
That's my
you again, bro. It's been too long, and why don't you introduce yourself? Because I've known you for years now. At this point, man, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience? Let them know maybe how you got into cryptocurrency and what you're doing with Smart Cash.
well. So I'm Enrique Souza. I'm a smart cash developer, and I started developing for smart cash and helping them with the smart cash web wallet. That was the first system that I saw in the online system in crypto world that you could send using your username and had a really cool features to make easier the life of people that had no knowledge about cryptocurrency. But it's still hard, but we try to make it much more easy than it is today. So I think we are like pioneers in doing that. So that's how I started, like a community member as well, sending proposals and speaking with the Dewis and Solo Miner and the founders. And they gave me the opportunity, and I tried to show a bit of a few skills and more. It was more like wish than actually super skills, but yeah, I
Yeah.
learned a lot during this time, and still here, and I kind of love it what I do. So
That's
yeah.
awesome that you were building something so great for mass adoption, that's so user friendly rather than like the public address send and receive. Having that user name interface is really cool. And that was like SMS, right?
Yeah, now we improved it even more. Like we have a SMS, we have email. You can send by link. You can just share a link, and then the other person is gonna receive that smart cash. Yeah, you can do a lot more. Now we just released Smart Hub, and Smart Hub is like a evolution of Web Wallet. We are trying to decentralize all of our online systems. We just don't want to have main servers anymore. We're struggling to decentralize it all. Oh, I don't want to take responsibility for maintain servers and blah blah blah. So we just put a lot of technology in 1.3 as well. That we just put our decentralized API, for example.
Oh wow.
So if you just have a full node, you have a explorer inside. the API that you can broadcast transactions, you can create raw transactions, you can check your address, you can check your balance, everything just using the network HTTP, HTTPS. So you're trying to decentralize all systems that SmartCash has. Like many people just said, "Oh, you're super centralized," blah 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 blah. No, we are not. We just don't have as much as handed we would like to have to decentralize it more, but we are struggling and trying and doing and delivering. And we are always delivering. One thing that people can't complain about Smart Cash is okay. We are always delivering. Every time, every week, you're gonna see our GitHubs. You're gonna see more code, 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 code. We never stop working. Some just complain, okay, you had like these centralized. No, we're just taking decentralization out of smart cash. Of course, it has a time, like online systems depend of people that have knowledge and have knowledge in blockchain and have knowledge in core and have knowledge of C++, sometimes C sharp. So it's not easy task, and so you have like, I was like making account and I just committed code. You can check on GitHub in JavaScript, Java, Kotlin, C Sharp, C++, and Angular, .NET Core, everywhere. We just commit different language, Swift as well. So
Oh,
imagine
cool.
how many technology and how many knowledge you must have to deliver this to people that says, okay, Smart Cash now it's a bit centralized, but no, it's not. SAP is there to prove, 1.3 is there to prove, Smart Hub is there to prove. And we are opening the source of web wallet of Smart Hub, so people can go and check. So nothing centralized. That's not Smart Cash.
No, I like that
We
you're decentralizing even like the web interface through the hubs. That's really cool. Different way to participate with the network. Some people, may not mind running a little hub in their, it's almost like having an Alexa plugged in or something. Maybe they
Yeah.
don't want to be miners, but this is another way to contribute. So I think that's a really cool way to get people to, I guess, even more playing fields people can participate on, rather than only being able to be a miner, only running a node. But now that if you run a node, it comes with an explorer inside, and imagine the possibilities that can be done being built on top of that, which I would love to see and pick your brain about. And by the way, Ola McLovin says, and hey fam from 3D, how goes it, bros? Much appreciated. Don't forget to share the live stream. But yeah, maybe elaborate a little bit on the potential that Smart Cache has now that you're doing the decentralization of the web servers and building like the Explorer interface into the full nodes. Where do you see this going?
It's not only the interface. No, we want to give, as you mentioned, like we want to give people opportunity to build softwares of our system. Like the core must have, okay, must be like we must take the complexity from the normal developers. Like we have great developers that develop for e-commerce, that develop for um, other systems, and they have zero knowledge about blockchain. They don't know how to download it. They don't know how to do it, but they still very good. If you just provide an API with a JSON that says the balance, that says how much he can spend and the unspent transactions and this kind of stuff, they will be able to build systems without any kind of issues, no special skills, just an API. So I imagine that in the future, using this, like Visa and Master, if they want to integrate a blockchain or whatever, they can just, okay, I'm going to call it this API and just download this blockchain here and going to be all set up for us. We don't need any kind of special skill. We don't need to know the core. That's the most difficult part. If you just break this down, okay, so we open possibilities for people, for new developers, and with that, we can have more decentralized explorers as well. We can have people participating of the network, not just running nodes, but more purpose. Like, okay, I don't trust Enrique's node. Okay, you have your own. You have your own explorer. You have your own web wallet, because the Smart Hub is the web wallet, but super decentralized web
Oh
wallet.
wow!
I
Like
don't
so, it's not
trust.
like you need Chrome as your web wallet or anything. You could actually have wow, that is really important part of being your own bank and being more decentralized rather than using centralized servers, for your wallets.
Exactly. So it's a
That's
new
smart as
interface.
shit, dude.
Yeah, man, that's what we intend. We want to take out the responsibility, and we want to build trust between our community, between other devs, between people that believe in the different kind of systems, between people that knows JavaScript, because we have like a huge amount of developers that can program JavaScript, but they say, okay, I can't program blockchain. It doesn't matter anymore. I just want you to contribute with CSS, with whatever you can. Just build whatever you want over our platform. Run your own node. We're gonna have our own SAPI. If you don't trust anyone, man, you're free,
Well, what
free
if
to
you
go.
already know blockchain coding? Maybe do you support like Solidity as well as like Java? I mean, you mentioned Swift earlier too, which is really crazy.
Yeah,
That's
like
awesome.
Swift is to build iOS apps, and just for mobile apps, we have Kotlin, Java, and Swift. And super hard to know all of these languages. We want to do
Yeah.
something that compiles for everyone. So we don't need three or four programmers. And one programmer could do it easier, because we had like a lot of problems to find people. It's like we say, okay, we pay you a good salary, blah blah, but we don't have people to help.
Well, there's
Like,
language barriers, right? And it's not just speaking language, but it's also a coding language barrier. A lot of coding projects and code language is English based, unfortunately. And on top of it being very centralized to an American English language when it comes to coding, there's multiple languages within coding that you can get lost in as well. Where Java, HTML, Swift, Solidity, X, Y, and Z. I mean, it starts to, I think, really start to it forces like segregation of groups where like it's hard to try to be a worldwide like project because of all those barriers to entry when it comes to like languages for coding. So I definitely see your point with needing like a more of a common I guess API to call on to do this. And I mean, it's somewhat being done. Like, I use a few APIs to make things pretty seamless. Like, a friend of mine had a website, wanted to sell crypto. And I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you can use, like, a API from, like, any other exchange, name an exchange or whatever, like probably Shapeshift or Changely or whatever. And you can plug that API right into any website. And now you have your own exchange.
yeah, the APIs just open any kind of possibility. Like, it doesn't matter what language you can contribute. That's part of decentralization. If you're just, okay, I just learned Python, okay, contribute it whatever way you can do it,
Oh,
just
I'm
do it.
sorry, I can't. Your project only works with Java. I guess I'm gonna have to go do something now. That's yeah. Oh, 3D said this sounds like JavaScript chains instead of blockchains. JavaScript chains. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, JavaScript's so awesome. I was a fan of JavaScript, but now I'm a super fan. Node.js, JavaScript, and everything. Like this just made the life super easy. And now with Node.js, you don't need to know C# or whatever. You just do it JS so good that it's making my life super easy now. And that's why we are being able to decentralize the web wallet from now, because in the past we had like Java and C# blah blah, and then you needed to run a super server VM blah blah inside your computer.
Oh,
It's
because there's
super heavy.
protocols that are written in different
Oh
languages that have to
yeah.
communicate with each other
So
through an
yeah,
oracle. So there's like a translator in between protocols because some are written in different languages, and things
ex-
get messy.
exactly. And then people just said, "No, I'm not gonna do it." But now with this, like just install it, Node.js, blah, 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 download it. Okay, running, up and running 5 minutes.
One of my favorite viewers, shout out to McLovin, I love you, bro. He wants to know where he can go to learn about this API integration.
Oh yeah, it's already in our code on GitHub. Of course, we need to do some manuals, but we do have like some swagger where you can see the methods, how to implement it, how to call it. I can send you the links after, but if you see, I'm gonna spell it quickly, but it's docs.dusting face me, and they're gonna find like our swagger for these we call it SAPIs, Smart Cache API. So the
Suppies. Yeah, I'll put the link in the video in the description, or I'll post it afterwards in the comment section. So just keep an eye on that after the video, guys. I'll make sure for you make love, and I'll throw those links down there for you. 3D said APIs are like links, easy to do. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think module programming is sort of what it vibes with, right? You're like using Legos to build instead of having to build the Lego yourself and then make it fit with all these other things that aren't quite made the same way. I look at API building like module coding. I used to build
okay,
apps for Android using module code. You ever hear of? Um, I forget what program it was. It was like the Google app builder song. I can't remember the damn name, but it was like really easy because of the API. You just like plug and play. You didn't have to write all the code out, and just made life so much easier. So, what's next on the roadmap? Outside of decentralizing your servers for the web interface and building like SAPs. Is SAPs like that's the next thing, eh?
yeah, no, that's for me because I'm a geek, So I say, okay, I'm super excited about that, but people care more about rewards and everything. And we are changing our reward systems, and we are gonna pay progressively, and the block reward for rewards is going to be much bigger. I can't say exactly how much it's going to be because it's still deciding, but as long as you hold it, you're going to have a bigger percentage. If you hold it for 2 months, you got 8%. Two for four, you have 16. 4 to 6, like, so it's progressive, and we are just changing this code, and it's all in GitHub. Of course, we're still working on it, but I think this reward system is going to be super good, super good. So if you are over 6 months, the reward is going to be like 48%. So mate, the reward system is going to rule smart cash. We're really trying to improve our staking. We're proof of work, but we want to have like a good staking for people. So say, okay, now I really have a good reward again. Like our reward percentage just
And a
went
really
down
good
because of many
incentive.
holders. Yeah, we want more incentive for this, and we want people to earn more.
Well, it
If we
sounds like a
won't,
good concept for hedging against the volatility, right? Because like if the market starts to go parabolic and I've been holding for 6 months, I may be less likely to dump on the market for that short-term profit because then I would have to start all over to get my 6 months of holding or
exactly.
staking percentage reward. So, I think it's a very fair balance.
Yeah, we're super excited about this feature because we want real holders. We always had the smart reward, but after 1 month, you could see people just say, "Okay, receiving my reward, but I'm gonna spend it." But now that he knows that he can win more in 2 months, he say, "Okay, I'm not gonna sell it right now. It's super early to sell it." Um, well, we expect to have people excited on board again.
Dude, that is awesome, man. He's got a lot going on. So, right now, where's your biggest demographic for Smart Cash?
Well, we have like a huge community in Brazil. We just grew a lot in Switzerland, where I am right now, because we have a huge partnership with ATMs here, where we just built a feature on a web wallet called Smart to Fiat, where you can send money from any country to Switzerland, and you can cash out in fiat in Swiss francos. uh,
What?
without QYC with 5,000 francos per day without QYC. So if you're traveling from
What?
US, yeah, we're
Is this
working
is
with
this
this
isn't wait,
1 year.
slow down. So this isn't just like a smart cash ATM. This is a regular ATM machine, like a normal ATM that everybody uses that I can
No,
go up to.
um, no, it's a Bitcoin ATM,
Okay, I was
but
so
you
like,
just
wait, okay.
actually just access your web wallet and just say, okay, I'm gonna create a voucher. And if you have like balance, you're gonna convert like I want 100 francos, and then you say, okay, convert to franco. It's generate a voucher for you with a QR code, and instantly you can go to an ATM machine here in Switzerland and withdraw it.
So
So
I could
patch off
send
the QR
somebody a
code.
voucher and they could go and withdraw it for themselves if I'm trying to transfer
Exactly. If you
cash to
want to,
somebody.
it's like a remittance solution best than Western Union. It
That
just
is
takes two
actually
minutes.
really interesting concept.
And we do this in Portugal and Switzerland, and I use this a lot.
Who's the
Like when
BTM provider?
the it's a general bytes ATM, but our partner is called BitC and Switzerland, and it's called Bitugex in Portugal.
Okay.
And so this feature for me is super good for anyone that sends. And we have like we had the volume of people using this of almost 1,500,000 francos in 3 months. That was our volume of people buying, selling using vouchers. So
Yeah, I agree with the chat here. That is an awesome ATM method. Yes, and no KYC up to 5,000. What is that in
per
like US?
day, per
Yeah, per
day.
day. That's a. I don't even care. Like whatever. That's a lot. Like I was gonna say, what's that in
Yeah,
US dollar? But I'm sure that's more than what would be reasonable to spend daily.
yeah, exactly. So it's a lot, and we are using this feature a lot and improving smart cash in Switzerland and Portugal because here we want to really create the acceptance. So for merchants here, now we are building what I'm calling smart stable for merchants.
My buddy in the chat said that it reminds him of the note blockchain, like, and yeah, it was a voucher redeemed sort of a project I saw on Twitter a while back, and yeah, with the ATM method, that's sort of how I used ATMs with Bitcoin a few times actually, just having to like, I didn't have something on me, or like my 2FA was at home and I couldn't move my Bitcoin because I'm an idiot and I only brought one phone. So it was like, oh, I can't use any crypto at all. And I would just go to an ATM and just, go on my messages and say, hey, to one of my friends, send some Bitcoin to this address. And basically, I went to the ATM and sold, the Bitcoin, and the address that I was saying send it to, that was the address for the ATM. And then the ATM would get the crypto and spit out the money. But this makes it so much more convenient.
Yeah, do you actually remember when we went to that event in Portugal? There was one ATM there.
Yep. Yeah, there was out in the front.
That's the company. I actually met them
Oh,
in
cool,
that
cool,
event.
cool. So
That's the
that's where you
company, and
partnered
that
up?
is yeah. After that, we just went for a few beers and a few Porto, and just make like a super deal.
That is amazing. I'm so happy to hear that something this amazing came out of that, Anarchapulco event. It was a fork of Anarchapulco. It was Anarcha Portugal. So I'm happy something actually came out of that for you, man. And yeah, I got to have a few beers with Jeff Berwick and pick his brain, and that was like an amazing moment for me. And you're partnered. I can't remember their name now. I know I have pictures because it was the first ATM in Portugal that sold Bitcoin, and it also had other really cool like features, something in there for like, I think like paying your phone bill or something maybe, or at least they were talking about like integrating that stuff, so it was really interesting. Yeah, we gotta hook you up with CoinFlip. That is a fact, McLove, and we gotta get Smart Cash on CoinFlip. Good call.
Good man, good. I'm glad you like what we are bringing for people. We are actually bringing solutions every day for people to use cryptocurrency. You know, we don't want it just to speculation, as we always spoke since
You're
the
building a
beginning.
lot of ways to use it. I am actually, guys, if you're looking, this right here is the wearable. So if I was like in Brazil, I could go up to a business, ask for goods or services, and they would say, all right, swipe your card, or I could tap this bracelet and pay with smart cash. And it's actually a pretty comfortable, very flexible. It's not like a stiff piece of plastic. It's like really comfortable, watch band. And it's a really interesting wearable that I don't see other projects even anything building it for Bitcoin. So like what you're doing is really cool for mass adoption in a way of actually using crypto rather than speculating and staring at it in a wallet all day.
Yeah, we're actually on these every day, man. Just try to find the right people to do the right thing. You know, like in Brazil, we could do a lot. I avoid to speak about Brazil because we spoke so much about Brazil, and I want to introduce you more things we are doing all over the world. But in Brazil, we grew a lot, and we just made a really good relationship with this Atara, with this Stratum, CoinBR, and then
Oh
we
yeah,
just give
there it
the solution
is.
so
And
people we,
that's what
yeah, that's the
Mastercard right
style.
there. This is the wearable, and this is what it looks like when you're at the store shopping with it. And it's basically like tapping your Mastercard. It's I mean, that is as mainstream as everybody wants Bitcoin to be. So I do congratulate you for doing this for Smart Cash. And I feel like, unfortunately, because of tribalism, you don't get the recognition that you deserve for all the hard work that you actually do. People throw the word shitcoin around a lot, and Smart Cash is anything but a shitcoin, my friend. Like you're doing a lot, and I
Thank you very
appreciate
much.
that.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, people just get mad because sometimes they just care about the price, and okay, that's the what matters for most of them. But for us, it's a passion, you know. Like we just made a decision. Doesn't matter our price. We're gonna still working because when I started, my friend, it was zero.
Yep.
So if it was zero, if it's whatever is the price for me, it's fine because I love what I do, and I don't do it for money. I do it because I really want to see it far away. You know, if someone can just copy us in the future and say, okay, I copied Enrique's idea, I copied the solar miner's idea, I copied Juicy's idea, Alexander's, I'm gonna be happy because we already contributed for the
Yep.
crypto world. You
I
know.
hope I hope that Bitcoin and like I hope everybody steals your ideas, man, because if we want mass adoption, we need to cross pollinate. We need to contribute as much and in an open source way, in a friendlier way than with IP and proprietary technologies. We need to be more giving, and I think what you're doing is really cool, especially when it comes to like proof of concept. The amount of data behind this is really interesting. I'm sure like how many people wear this, where they use it, how they use it. It's very interesting as opposed to like using a debit or credit card and that data that's there. I'm sure Mastercard is inspired to do more things to get more data like this. They love transactional data. How do they get cryptocurrency and blockchain transactional data? Right here with Smart Cash.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we are actually working hard to get more and more, and now we're trying to bring more solutions. We are trying actually to food centralize the smart card as well. It's
Yeah, the
already
smart card's
centralized,
really cool.
but
Let's get into that a little bit. And one of the guys says, McLovin said, my Samsung watch does tap to pay. Oh, you know what? That'd be really cool if there was like a smart cash app for your smart watch, so you could just wear like your Apple Watch and tap to pay with like your smart cash.
actually, we made these in the past. It was working for a smart card in your Apple Watch, and it worked. We had videos that people showing how to use it. The problem was to convince merchants to accept cryptocurrency directly, and they say, okay, I need to pay my bill, my water, my electricity. How can I afford to receive smart cash directly? And for that, we're just building the smart cash stable. So for merchants in all over the Europe, we're gonna remove the volatility. With these partners, we are able to do it. So that's why Smart Hub is so important for Smart Cash in the future. We want
Is
one
that
more.
stable coin $1 worth of smart cash? Is that how it would become a stable coin?
No, it's not for the whole system, right? It's just for the merchants.
Oh,
So we're just building a system where if the person wants, they can say, okay, convert to stable smart. So okay, we're gonna freeze one smart, one franco, €1, and then we are gonna have it frozen. And
oh, so it's almost like
they're
an
gonna say,
instant
okay, now I'm
escrow.
gonna, yeah, something like that, something that the people just, okay, I just received smart cash in my shopping, and okay, I don't want to take the risk of this smart cash being less than I would
Than what you
like
received it
to
for,
see.
yeah.
But yeah, if they don't have volatility, they can't have like profit as well.
So yeah,
But for
that's
them,
the
it's
issue with
what they
merchant
want.
adoption for sure.
But it's for merchant adoption, and for some people that, I don't know, like I'm thinking the future, if you pay some employee that don't have like a condition to hold the crypto and have a children and wife, like your homemade or something like this, you say, okay, I'm gonna pay you in smart cash. In our case here in Europe, in Switzerland, you can just generate a voucher and give to her. So you don't need to go to the bank and have the risk of get robbed. You just generate a voucher and send to her and say, okay, you can go tomorrow morning to ATM and just cash out. So solutions like these, solutions that people can actually, normal people, regular people that don't know anything about crypto, we don't have time to teach everyone every day. It's so hard. But if you have like a homemade and you just generate a voucher for her in Europe, just give to her. She
I could
just
do
go.
offline transactions with these. I could probably pay for goods and services with a voucher at that point. That would be like an off. That would be like a paper wallet. An off-chain transaction.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah, you can like use it as a gift card as well.
Yeah,
So it's good. It's a good solution. So you can just send via WhatsApp or just share the QR code, whatever you want, and people are gonna be able to cash the money out. So it's a pretty straightforward way to jeopardize Western Union.
yeah, yeah. Well, they're getting. Western Union's scared when they start playing with Bitcoin. They've been testing the waters publicly for a little over a year now. We'll see how much they utilize before they realize they're like Blockbuster selling Netflix gift cards. Like it's going to be bad for Western Union, but
Yeah, if they are
they're scared when they try, and they're trying.
if they are worried, they can call me. I can give them a good solution.
Yeah, right. Smart Union have to cross promote the brands like Smart Cash,
Yeah,
Western
we have the
Union.
same colors. I wouldn't mind.
I wanted to talk a little bit about those merchant solutions. I'm curious if I go and spend Smart Cash, are they able to accept some of it in Smart Cash and some of it in this stable version? That way they could escape. They could play with some volatility and escape some volatility, saying, oh, like maybe 10% of all transactions will keep, and then 90% will try to get into a stable.
Yeah, it's the project that I am already designing with the team. So actually, yes, that's a it's a good way to go for merchants. If they say, okay, I can risk 5%,
Right.
they should be able to configure that and just play with 5% volatility. So yeah, that's in the in the project design. So
I see a potential for businesses to play both sides of this, where they could say 10% off if you pay with Smart Cash, or maybe 5% more because you're paying in Smart Cash. So that way, either way, the merchants could incentivize the customers, or the customers can incentivize the merchants, depending on who's benefiting, from that relationship.
yeah, it's true. And we were thinking about ways to incentivize even more the merchants. We have projects and projects and projects to incentivize promotion, to incentivize merchants, to give them discounts, to give them incentive or something that can make them willing to accept
Show
cryptocurrency.
them how
Or
staking works, man. You know, and if they stake the money they make, now their inventory is smart cash, and it can sit on the shelf and still make them money by sitting on the shelf. I think a business would have a good potential for something like that.
yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm a guy that always try to think about that guy that never knows and that doesn't know anything about crypto, you know? I spent a few months in Portugal. And in Portugal people are older, you know, like you go to a place, they're just white hairs, and when I started speaking about smart cash and cryptocurrency with them, say no, this is I don't understand this. I just want my money. I don't want anything else. So that's not bad because that always give me more ideas. Say, okay, I like this guy because he doesn't like me. So I can work for him now. So bring more ideas and say, okay, if you staking, if you have no risk, would you accept? Oh, if I don't have any risk, that's fine. Okay, good. So no risk for him. But he has a child, and this child say, okay, I like crypto, and can teach the father risking like 5%, and they can stake this 5%,
Right. I'm
and
even
they can
thinking
get some money.
if I work at a business that accepts smart cash, I could as an employee ask to get paid in smart cash, and then my employer has less smart cash that he needs to sell because he can give it to me at the end of the day to pay me for my job, and less reason to off ramp into fiat, more reason to stay in the economy and the ecosystem. And I agree with the merchant saying like I can't pay my bills in smart cash. But I think that's where the adoption is going to start from the top of the food chain down. Unfortunately, not from customer to merchant to supply chain. I think supply chain has to start utilizing this for the merchants to start utilizing it because once they have it, they have nothing that they need cash to pay for everything else. But once you can get your
Yeah.
stock and inventory in smart cash, there's no reason to cash out.
Exactly, exactly. And one thing is curious is that we have like big merchants in Brazil accepting smart cash directly. No band, no anything. We have 42 brands. There's top brands, and we just shared last week. Um, the biggest television just made an interview and went to these stores about saying about the acceptance of cryptocurrency all over Brazil, and it's a global TV. That's something like I don't know, man. I'm just guessing something like CNN in US, right? So just they just made a documentary and said okay, and smart cash is being accepted in these stores. So if people just said okay, I doubt smart cash is being accepted, just check this video because it's the biggest TV in Brazil, and people just showed the smart cash being accepted natively. And for us, it's so good because it's crypto being used as a crypto as it should be. Most of the
Right.
time, like people say, okay, adoption, adoption, adoption. Okay, so how many of you can prove me that you are being accepted? Blah blah blah. No, I can prove you. We are online, and people are showing us over Brazil, over the world, that we are actually working and proving. We are not just speculating, man. Everything I told you in Portugal, everything you saw us doing is provable. And that's what I just say. Okay, we can prove what you're doing. We can prove our work. We're proof of work, and you can prove our work as well.
Yep.
So it's happening. It's you can go to these stores and you're gonna be able to pay with smart cash natively.
Yeah, that's wallet to wallet, which is really awesome too. I mean, I'm a huge fan of this, obviously,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
that's like for the masses. But I think it is really important to accept natively and get to that point. But I think a lot of this type of stuff is a means to an end to get there. It's
Exactly. This
we
is
we
so
need
good
these
too.
crutches to kind of walk people into that point where they're more comfortable going. All right, well, here's my wallet.
Yeah, it, it's a great. These are all great solutions. We must always have combos of solution like people advanced, newbers. It doesn't matter if you have it all. Good, you
got
can.
got some questions in the chat. Maybe people may not know this either, so I'll get to them about Smart Cash. So maybe you could get into it a little bit. Is it a privacy coin? Is it a proof of stake, proof of work? Just a little bit more about Smart Cash and the back end, the tech side.
All right. SmartCash is proof of work. You can mine. You have 5% of the block reward go to miners at the current
GPU,
moment.
CPU.
GPU you can mine. It's a CAC, so you can mine right now using a GPU. So no problem with that. Um, and yeah, that's straightforward. That's a smart cash.
And is it a privacy coin?
Not anymore. Like the only privacy you have is the same as Bitcoin, and the reason for that is like we are focused on merchants, and we don't want to have problems with the government. We don't want to be banned. So if you want to grow, we want to play the rules.
Yep, totally understand. McLovin wants to know: is there a way to mine with a Raspberry Pi?
Not that I'm aware of. No.
I feel like McLovin might have to help figure that out. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I've never tried, man. Trust me.
He said you'll probably 3D said you'll probably need to throw a couple GPU on your Raspberry Pi 3 or 4, which is definitely true, but that means it's potentially doable. You could just set up your own GPU Raspberry Pi miner, in your basement or something, and just have it set up to send to your staking wallet, and you can stake, and the longer you stake, the more you make as time goes on, which is a great incentive, because if the more you stake and the market goes up, you think, oh, I should sell. But if you're earning those returns regardless as the market performs, the incentive to sell is, balanced out with the reward not to.
Yeah, and remember that I told you that reward is gonna be much more interesting after 1.3.
I wanted to dig into this, bro, and I know people will give me shit if I don't because I sound like I'm too much of a. And he did not fucking pay me for this, but
Yeah, I did.
is it sustainable for this this reward percentage increase? Is this something that could potentially just be a temporary boost to kind of get the morale going, or is it something that could be sustainable?
Um, well, what we imagine is sustainable, like the coins won't stop being mined, and more coins were gonna be created, and your supply, our supply is gonna be 5 billion anyway. You have 100 years to get there. Uh, well, we never talk about the price. People just say, okay, it's gonna price is gonna bump, and and but we're gonna pump. We never talk about the this, but the coins gonna you're gonna still receive coins. Coins never gonna end. More you hold, more you receive, and depends of the block time, the block reward, and you're gonna receive the percentage you have right on it.
So
So
let's go 100 years into the future. We're at almost 5 billion coins mined. What happens to a blockchain like SmartCash when a proof of work coin starts to come to the end of mining the resources that are in it?
well, you keep mining and improving transactions anyway. So, but yeah, after 100 years, the reward is gonna end and end because we're gonna have halving and halving and halving, and less coins are gonna be produced. So we're gonna just reduce a lot. But well, 100 years. I hope I'm not here, man. Trust
Hey,
me.
dude, we might be with the way Elon Musk and everybody's working on stuff. We might actually end up being able to get into the matrix, where the Bitcoin is cash because we're inside the internet, living the rest of our lives out. And I don't know. I want to live forever, even if it means I have to be a sim inside a video game.
Oh man, I'm religious person. Not religious, but I believe in God. So I really want to have my right to die, man. Die in peace and just rest. because I coded all my life. So I need.
I don't want to become code. Oh shit, that would be like fucking hell for a developer. Could you imagine being in the Matrix and just looking at all the bugs and the glitches and oh yeah, I could see that being hell.
Yeah, I just hope not going straight to the heaven. God say, okay, still have a bug in the car. I'm staking smart cash. Go back there and fix
Yo,
that.
this is something I thought was really interesting as a concept, and maybe this is where it was resonating. But like, when you die, cryptocurrency is the only thing that you can take with you. You can't take your gold, you can't take your money, you can't take your dog and cat, even if you wrap them up like a mummy. The only thing you take with you when you leave this plane of existence is your private keys, your money, your value, the amount of wealth that you have collected is taken out of circulation when your life is taken out of circulation. So if you
Oh,
do remember your private key information and there is a heaven, there's a good chance that you could use Bitcoin or smart cash in the afterlife with a brain wallet.
yeah, I hope I can pay the boat.
Yeah,
To
instead of the coin,
Oh, do
exactly.
you accept smart cash? No, I need a gold coin.
You know what I mean? When you put the coin over the Viking's eye, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, I hope they accept you there. I'm gonna mail them before, okay? The insurance company, because they say they sell you protections. If you die, you have the right.
well, then you have reincarnation. Some people try to prove that they have been born again. Well, if you can log into a wallet and sign a transaction after you've been reborn, maybe that could be a way to prove that there is some way to be reborn. There is reincarnation. Like the Dalai Lama. They say, "Are you the Dalai Lama?" Pick some of these items that used to belong to the Dalai, and they pick up the mirror and the comb, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's the Dalai Lama." Well, now you have to say sign this transaction. You have to log into the wallet.
Oh
We're gonna
man, you
put the
make me
Dalai
like
Lama
it.
on the blockchain,
Before
guys.
before I die, I'm probably gonna need to change my password because I won't remember for sure.
See,
I just need to put something easy.
you have to make it so when you get reborn, if you come back, your soul is gets another shot at it. You can remember your private keys and use your Bitcoin, man. And I don't know. I was talking to somebody about this when they say like when you die, what happens to your Bitcoin? And I'm like, well, it makes my Bitcoin worth more because you made it more scarce.
Of
The same
course.
thing that happens if there's a ship, moving gold from one country to another under the ocean and it sinks. Well,
Yeah,
good. It made the gold that I have worth more because you lost some.
exactly. It's true. It's true. It's totally true. Yeah, it's for sure. In next life, Bitcoin is gonna be super valuable. Market's gonna be super valuable too. And well, I hope I can just dig this and hide it, well, hide it in the end of the rainbow, so I can find it when I'm back.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm telling you, I meditate on my private keys, my phrase, my brain wallet, dude. I'm just sitting here trying to remember it. So like, if that ever does happen, man, I'm gonna be like, I'm okay. I got crypto in my new life.
Oh yeah, I hope so too.
So let's talk a little bit about, we were talking about Brazil and other parts of the world here that are using smart cash. What is your plan, if any, to kind of introduce smart cash to the United States or other like more prominent English speaking countries where, other altcoins like, Litecoin or even Ripple compete in the market? I would love to see smart cash more advertised in the US, but I'm just curious, what's your marketing strategy like for the US or other American speaking countries?
First of all, we're trying to deal with some good exchange, in US, and we only have a few big one names that we can actually trust. And to expand in US, we need, I would say, like a good exchange where can get people's attention. And that's one of our strategies. After we have a good exchange in US, we have now a good one too. We can start doing the same we already have done, and
Yeah, because you already have the
I-
template, right? You can look at what you've done in Brazil and apply that exact strategy in the U.S. I guess you're just waiting for those more prominent exchange partnerships. But what sort of and you don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. It is private, and I will totally forgive you. But what is like the extortion, of the listing fees that these U.S. exchanges are asking? Because I think that is what's holding back, mass adoption. And maybe your smart cash early adopters are saying you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. You're doing all that you can, but these exchanges are highway robbing and extorting, projects like yours. I wonder maybe if you could talk a little bit about your experience with trying to get on exchanges here in the U.S. and what that was like for you.
well, I honestly can't speak about this because it's um, mine zone. We we can't speak anything bad about the exchange, but
No, I dig it.
I
That's why I say
wonder.
I totally
The
forgive you
only
if you don't want
thing
to
I
go
can
in on it.
say is not as easy as people think it is. We got disappointed a few times, and we still are. That's why we don't want to be listed in an exchange that we don't trust anymore. We just
Now, is there
better.
anything that the
We
community
bet.
can do to help you get on these exchanges?
Well, the community, they charge us a lot, and that's a message for the community. You can help, community. You can help us. That's why I started in Smart Cash. I was a community member as well. So, but about exchange, what we do is to pick up better now. We had problems with Cryptopia, and it wasn't easy because we just bet a lot. We we had to use budgets to keep Smart Cash going, to make sure that people wouldn't lose money in Cryptopia, and others too. And now we are with a few exchanges that we we trust actually.
Yeah,
So
I want to say what Smart Cash did to make things right with the whole Cryptopia thing was honorable, man. Like that sucked, but you handled it very well, man. That was an unfortunate event, and you weren't the only projects that were hit by it. And even when an exchange, like they exit it, but some exchanges don't even have the decency to exit. They just delist you and say this is life. We took your money. We did list you, but now we have to delist you, and we're keeping the money.
yeah, and they just sell you.
Yep.
They
Yeah, they
they
dump it
list
all
you.
on you.
They lock people money and sell it all. Drop our price and just they don't care, man. Some of them they just don't care.
So are there any decentralized exchanges you're looking forward to seeing Smart Cash on?
We had Crypto Bridge that exited too, so it was like full centralized. Now we want to, honestly, our main focus is to keep going the project. If you only have one exchange, it's okay. Like it's
That is
not.
a fact. You know what, dude? That's a fact. That's true. And projects that want to be listed on all these exchanges, what they're doing is encouraging market manipulation, pump and dumps, and shit like that. That's exactly what happens when you're on all these exchanges. And they love you go to a project's Discord, they'll teach you how to arbitrage. They'll show you how to use all the exchanges to pump and dump and manipulate the market for their benefit. And I think what you just said there is like people can should respect that, because they I think people know what it means when you say like one's enough, because it really is.
Exactly. And in my opinion, it is, like, of course, we want people to buy in Turkey, imagine like, okay, there's a few exchanges there that people don't have access, blah, blah. But yeah, man, but this costs money. This costs money for everything, and patience and everything. And, like you need to work, I need to work. And my work is programming, my work is coding. And we can't waste time every day to babysitting sub stuffs, like if you want to deliver your code, you must stop doing something else. And we had people, and we always had people to help us. But in my opinion, some exchange should just list us because we're a good project, not
Facts,
like,
facts.
okay, just asking for anything.
Yep, and McLovin has the right idea, guys, in the chat there. Tell your favorite exchange to accept them. And I mean, even if you personally, like, and I mean this shit, guys, like, even if you don't use Smart Cash, maybe you don't ever even plan on using it. That that shouldn't hold you back from contributing to supporting a project that's doing something, that's helping people, that's actually promoting spending rather than hodling it and just speculating and staring at it. This wearable is just one of many awesome ways that smart cash has made it possible to spend smart cash in the real world. And I just think, we could do more as a community to support projects outside of our fucking portfolio. Just because you don't have something in your portfolio shouldn't keep you from supporting it and contributing to the entire community that is crypto, not just Bitcoin or any other maximalism or tribalistic ideologies. So yeah, make a tweet, tag your favorite exchange, and tell them, yo, accept Smart Cash because it's a good project, guys, and that's doesn't mean I'm telling you to go fucking buy it. This is not financial advice. I'm just saying, like, support the things that work because at the end of the day, it contributes to Bitcoin. Like, if Smart Cash succeeds, that does not affect Bitcoin negatively. That makes Bitcoin look better because other projects are doing good. When BitConnect fucked up, that made Bitcoin look bad.
Yeah.
It's not when things succeed makes Bitcoin look bad. It's when they fail. So we have to keep pushing projects up that are successful, that are doing stuff, and show the world, that cryptocurrency isn't just a get rich quick fucking scheme. That it's a real world practical use case.
Yeah, man. And one thing we used to say, at least since the beginning, I always say like we don't have any kind of enemies. We don't find enemies.
You don't,
Like
man. That's funny. Smart Cash
I,
definitely doesn't.
we don't. Like okay, I think for me personally, if you choose another coin between Smart Cash and another coin, and you are happy with this another coin, I'm happy for you because I know you're using crypto.
This is for you, McLovin. Thank you for the 420 super chat. He just sent me $4.20. I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, great.
You know what's funny? When we met in Portugal, I found out that everything is legal. Everything is legal in Portugal. Everything. And you know what I couldn't find? Anything. I couldn't find any weed, ecstasy, LSD, mushrooms, cocaine. I couldn't find anything, but it's all legal. I think that
Yeah,
was
man.
really fucking amazing.
It's why because we were in Porto, that's smaller. But like in Lisbon, if you just walk on the street, they just say weed, 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 cocaine, cocaine. They have a menu. Okay, weed, LSD. You can find that everywhere.
I just think
Everywhere.
that's an interesting proof of concept when it comes to governance versus governments. Like the government said, everything's legal, and the governance of the community said, yeah, but not here.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was legit. It's a beautiful, beautiful area. And like people, when I said I'm going, they're like, everything you're going to be able to do. I'm like, really? Okay, I'm excited. You get there, and it's like, I don't know how to explain. It's almost like Pleasantville. I mean, if you ever seen like the American movie Pleasantville, like it's like a very stuck in the past kind of environment where it feels like it's kind of trapped in the 1800s, sort of trying to be in the 1900s. It's really an amazing environment, man, and I can't wait to hang out with you again at another conference. So where are you guys going to be? Is Smart Cash going to be represented at any events coming up soon?
We are planning to go to an Acapulco. I'm not sure I am going personally, but we're definitely going to an Acapulco.
All right, cool, cool, cool. I was going to go, but I decided if I ever leave the country again, it's not to get another one of these. Ugh, if I ever leave the country,
Yeah,
it's
you
gonna get
have a
away.
lot.
I'm not going to Mexico to go talk about Bitcoin. I'm going to Mexico to get away from talking about Bitcoin.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. They have good beach there, so you can just swim and relax and take some caipirinha that I like it. Go to the swimming
Yes.
pool and just relax a bit, man.
Yeah, leave your phone at
Bitcoin
home.
for surviving.
So let's talk a little bit to wrap things up here on the end here. Smart Cash and like maybe potential partnerships or projects or integrations or anything that you're looking towards. Maybe at the end of your roadmap for this year. Is there anything that you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, man. Yes, yes. I'm definitely looking forward for the card, the new card, the centralized, and really looking forward for this to stabilize in Europe. The smart cash for merchants. We can do this in Brazil already, but and it works, but we can't do it in Europe. And I think we have a huge potential, especially in Switzerland, that it's cryptos here is like growing like in a super fast way, And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward for this and to expand all over Europe, And yeah, of course we want to go to US. The US is so huge, man. And I think I need to study the better US, but we have a lot of Americans in our team, and they are really working hard for US as well. But for me, as a geek man, giving people to options to spend not only in Brazil and all over the Europe is super interesting because it doesn't matter if you're American, Brazilian, we are always going to the Europe anyway. So you can travel and just cash out, pass the border, and take your and find your stuff so good. So yeah, we're looking for this and to see the project and to show people that we are undervaluable, man, because we never stop it anything. We're working hard. We're we were like accused of things we never done. The only thing we just done was keep working, and now 2 years after, you can see that we keep working. So that's what
Right.
we do.
Dude, and
So
that's
that's what
that's
I'm
why I was
looking.
happy to have you on the podcast, man. Because Smart Cash has been grinding and surviving probably the worst bear market coming out of the Mount Gox bear market. It's been a tough winter, and to see a project like Smart Cash surviving and doing very well, progressing with innovating and constantly putting out like you mentioned with the GitHubs and everything, you're constantly delivering, and that's what's important. And I want to make sure that projects like yours get the recognition you deserve. And unfortunately, not a lot of content creators or influencers like to promote things that they don't have a shit ton of in their portfolio, right? Like, uh, people watching are going to be like, "Oh, just because Ken got paid Smart Cash is why he's so excited." Like, no, I'm just genuinely excited for things that I know are doing good. And just shout out to Smart Cash, shout out to you, bro, and shout out to the team, man. McLovin, one last question. I'll wrap things up, guys. McLovin wants to know: is it possible, maybe for here in the U.S., to get listed on cards that convert to cash on visas, like the crypto.com or BitPay or some of those other cards where they're starting to add more assets to their portfolio where I could just send some smart cash to crypto.com and they'll top up my debit card. Is that a possibility?
Yeah, for sure. In the past, we spoke a lot with BitPay,
Cool. I like
and
them a lot.
yeah, I really have a good relationship with BitPay.
That's too
Alberto was
funny.
a
I
good
literally have
friend.
my BitPay card out because I was showing somebody how to use Bitcoin, and they're like, "You can't use Bitcoin." I'm like, I could order pizza
Yeah,
right now.
BitPay is awesome. I really use them because they are everywhere. So it's totally possible, guys. I see now that they are open to altcoins. In the past, when we started speaking, they were not open to do it, but now they're willing to do it more, and there are the tokens and stable coins as well. So maybe, yeah, maybe it's possible. I think it's a good possibility, and I don't discard any of them. We need to start speaking with all of them again. Bull market's coming back, and
Yep.
in my opinion, it's already there, and it's gonna open doors again. Gonna get people excited again, not about the price, but about get on board on projects.
Yep.
So I think the possibilities to get added to these projects increased a lot, especially after they are seeing that we are not a fraud. We're just
You had a lot of better opportunities to take off and exit and just abandon smart cash. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are stuck around this long, it wouldn't make sense to ever kind of, scam or exit.
yeah, never, man, never, because we actually like what we do, like we enjoy every day. We do what we love. I can see, like, if you see solar miner, just see the guys like night and day. Like 2 years from now, we just keep giving people support. If it was a company, it would be a CEO that you can speak with. That now he's a god, but we are not. We're just simple guys. Like, okay, we love what we do. If you need support, if you need to call me, I will pick up your call. As long as not coming me saying, okay, do you want to learn some Bitcoin? I can pick up your call, no problem. But that's smart cash. We just provide people all we can,
what
at least our best every day.
what excites me about smart cash is the fact that there's a lot of potential, especially like in Brazil, that you could run a miner GPU, potentially a Raspberry Pi miner, and you could be earning your smart cash. You can start staking that smart cash that you're essentially basically getting for free, except whatever electricity and internet, but whatever, that you probably already have those things.
Yeah.
And now that you're getting your smart cash from your miner, your GPU miner, you're staking it, you're earning a reward for it, and it's going right to your debit and credit card wearable. So now you can basically, this is this is amazing, bro. Like, I'm stoked. Like, if I lived in Brazil, I could see a complete use case for me in this, where yes, I'll buy a couple GPU miners. I'll set those up instead of buying tools for work or whatever. Like, I could make this my job, and then I could stake and use those rewards to pay for things, because you've made it so seamless to actually spend smart cash in that environment.
Yeah, man. Like,
You
yeah, we
did it
have a
right
lot
by
of options.
focusing on Brazil, because you have that almost completely closed economy. Once you get the suppliers for the merchants onboarded, that's your final step. That's, you're one step away from completing a full circle economy in Brazil, because you focused. I think that's smart cash's superpower, and that's why a lot of people don't like pump and dump or promote or like shill, is because these guys are doing it in a way that it's not really going to benefit the pump and dumpers or the day traders. This is more for
Yeah.
investors than it is for day traders. People that are going to want to just dump smart cash rather than use it. So you did it right, man. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. We're trying to build more and more solution to get people excited and on board, not only because, of course, there are people that say, okay, but how I get more smart cash with this? You can use nodes. You can just take with rewards. Now the reward is going to be super good. You
You
have
can go to an
to
ATM
mine with your
machine. Come
GPU.
on.
If you find a way to mine with your raspberries, is nice as well. I'm not the one. I never tried, but I'm pretty sure there are people doing this, so you can earn this as well. You can just send this directly to your wallet, and from your wallet you can just send directly, especially in Brazil, to your wristband, or you can convert it in with using another partner we have there. You send directly to your wallet and convert it directly to Brazilian reais, and then you send to directly to your bank account. Um, so this ecosystem in Brazil is like, we usually say in Portuguese, it's redondo. It's like a ball, it's
Yep.
closed, as you said. And so there
I'm
we
just
have the
letting you know,
support.
I see Smart Cash. I recognize you, and I'm saying I'm sorry for not talking more about you guys, and I'll make sure that I try to help people get aware of projects that are killing it. And it's my own fault. Like, I'm Americanized. You know what I mean? Like, the things that are on my feed or my peripheral are only within my reach of like my country, right? So like, it happens with a lot of other projects, and this Bitcoin was, more in China than it was in the U.S. because of this issue. So I got to try to open up my world eye and be more observant of what's going on outside of my own country. Like the success that you're having in Brazil, man, it's notable, and people should be aware. But Unfortunately, they're
Yeah,
not. So hopefully this can get the word out, man. Because just keep killing it. Congratulations, and I
yeah,
wish you
man.
the
Just
best.
wait to see what we're doing in Switzerland. I invite you to come here one day. We're gonna have some good surprise soon here. You know, the ecosystem here is getting closed. It's a smaller country, and the acceptance is gonna be much faster, I think.
Hey, if you
So,
ever want to fly me out there, bro, we can make a little video about how to use Smart Cash in Switzerland and make a little how-to thing, like how to live off Smart Cash in Switzerland. Because I just want to show people how they can opt out of fiat and opt into crypto, whether it's Bitcoin or Smart Cash, or I
you
don't
know
even
what?
care if it's Ripple at this point. I don't care. I just want fiat to die and to show people how to get onto the lifeboats that are cryptocurrencies.
One thing we can do that can already show your people is like I can send you some smart cash and you can create for me a voucher and I go to ATM recording everything. So you can record the moment you send to me the smart cash and generate the voucher. I go straight to the ATM and say thank you for this fiat and I send to you back after.
See, this is
So
how I can wire
the
somebody
first thing we can
cash.
do.
Because that's
Yeah,
basically me wiring you cash at the end of the day. We're just using Smart Cash as basically a protocol language for getting cash, like Swift protocol for the banks. Smart Cash protocols. I mean, when you're getting it from the ATM machine directly like that, it's just that middleman of communication, just the data being moved, and
yeah, man.
that's
And
awesome.
the best thing is just take 2 minutes.
Look at him, dude. He's proud of himself, and he should be, guys. All right, I gotta get going. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'll take one more puff before I go because I love getting those $4.20 super chats. It's awesome. So thank you guys. And I know like when I get those exact numbers, I know that you guys are like real bros that like know me and shit. Like so it means a lot. The money doesn't mean any like I it's cool, but it's the number 420. Like I know you guys know me. So thank you. All right, Enrique, anything that you want to say, like maybe let people know where they can go and find you? Maybe you want to give them your phone number so they can call you since you were so willing to talk to people on the phone.
Nah, you can find me on Telegram or Discord. I'm already there. You can just DM me. And if you want me buy a beer, I'm okay too.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, go check out it's SmartCash.cc. Drop some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. If you don't know about Smart Cash, look into it. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you guys think of what they're doing in Brazil, and keep your eye on Switzerland, everybody, because Smart Cash got something cooking over there. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for this space, and yeah, if you guys are in Brazil or planning on it, check out the wearable device, and you can live in the future spending crypto from a wearable because like I mean how cool is that? I can't do that with Bitcoin. There isn't this for Bitcoin, which is like ugh, but like I'm so happy that it exists for anything. I don't care. It's just like so amazing. So like shout out to Smart Cash for making this happen. Shout out to McLovin and 3D. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Much appreciated, everybody. All right, man. I'll wrap things up. Have a day.
Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like Some.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review. Available for Android and iOS devices. bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees. Better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SOME.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review, available for Android and iOS devices, bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees, better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout out to the sponsors of the podcast, MonarchToken.io, the complete crypto solution. Monarch Wallet is now available for Android, iOS, and desktop devices today. Do you want to learn how to mine crypto? Well, all you have to do is visit cryptomining.tools for profitable crypto mining information today. The Divi Project, that is diviproject.org, your one-click solution for staking and masternodes. Earn cryptocurrency using social media platforms like SOME.social, SOMEE.social, New Era Social Media. Get paid to write reviews, like reviews, comment on reviews. Visit bravocoin.com and get paid to review, available for Android and iOS devices, bravocoin.com. CoinFlip, the world's best Bitcoin ATM. Better service, better fees, better visit coinflip.tech today. Shout.
I'm a shill, shill.